So we also did AI in healthcare. So AI can benefit healthcare a couple different ways by like streamlining your workflow. So using it for like billing, also automated phone calls. A lot of other companies have that as well. So if you were to call like your local dealership or your local doctor's office or even like another store, usually you're met with an AI chatbot. Even if you get on a website, so if you even need help logging into your patient portal, also oftentimes you're met with a chatbot that can help you recover your password or your email. Also makes it easier on employees, opens up a lot of time for them to not be doing redundant tasks. So also I touched on like billing and things like that. AI is going to be able to organize that. It's also going to be able to digitize and automate everything. So opening up all that time that was once consumed by nurses, practitioners, doctors, surgeons, it's going to be able to be utilized in a good way. Also, AI helps you cut down on missing things, like if a doctor doesn't see a fracture in somebody's foot on an x-ray, AI might be able to spot that and even tell you exactly what kind of fracture it is. Also detects over 1,000 different types of diseases and their early signs. So it can actually analyze your medical record and let you know what diseases you're at risk of. It can also look at family history and that sort of thing to also let you know what diseases you're most at risk of. Also provides different types of information to healthcare workers. So it's going to alert medical workers if it spots something that maybe that they don't think they've spotted before. It helps overall get rid of human error, and also on the flip side, humans are also going to be able to spot flaws in data that is produced by AI.
So some of the changes in day-to-day tasks, so it's, like she said, it's going to make routine tasks easier. So that's like medical transcription, radiology image analysis, and data entry. That focuses the time on the patient care instead of writing stuff down. AI also helps enhance diagnosis and creating the treatment plan for the patient. So like she said, it can detect early signs of disease or misreadings in images. That helps diagnose the patient better. The healthcare professionals are able to improve patient care while doing less. So yes, they'll still care for the patient and still give their expertise and everything, but when it comes down to data entry and writing it all down, they don't have to worry about it as much because it's done for them.
Alright, so there are a lot of new skills and knowledge needed in order to keep going with AI in healthcare. The first one is getting proficiency in computer skills. Most people don't have the computer skills necessary for the AI. Second is keeping staff informed on new updates in technology. This is very critical for the use of AI in healthcare, as many people need to stay noted on what is happening and what is changing as AI is improving pretty much by day. And third is data proficiency. In the healthcare, data is very critical in order to access patients, and everyone needs to stay informed on the data that is being provided for each patient.
So some of the potential benefits of using AI in healthcare, we'll just touch on it a little deeper here. First one is diagnostics. So how I mentioned before, analyzing patient history, maybe catching things that a healthcare practitioner might have missed. The other one is triage. This is mostly going to help you with patient information. AI is going to help you, or help whoever's working in triage find all of your information for you. Also, you'll see some of the more smaller things, like if you've ever noticed before, your computer recognizes when you start to type in your email or something that you Google often. So it'll also do that for people that are trying to find you in the patient portal, for practitioners that are trying to find you in the portal. It has like predictive text and things like that. So complex measurements, some things that practitioners might not be able to wrap their head completely around. It's going to help them organize their thoughts, get data together, and overall just help in making diagnoses and things like that. Also managing tasks, also a big part of organization in healthcare. You can organize all the things that you have to do that day. If you're a surgeon, everything is going to be right there, organized for you, dates, times, patient information, what procedure is going to be done. So patient services, as I mentioned before, also, like I said, chatbots to help you get into your patient portal. Also, you can schedule appointments online now through chatbots. And that's going to also help send you generated emails to remind you, text messages, even some of the voicemails that you'll get nowadays are generated by AI to remind you if you've got an eye appointment coming up or anything like that. Visit summary and notes. This also kind of goes hand in hand with predictive text. So based on the outcome of your appointment, it can actually help nurses put together notes. Also, if they come in and check on you after a procedure while you're in the hospital, it can help them organize all of their notes for the practitioner. Also instructions for prescribed medication. A lot of times you'll see like emails after you picked up a prescription on how to take your medicine, how often, what time. That is also partly generated by AI. Of course, has to be fact checked by human, but a lot of that is generated.
So some of our drawbacks or challenges, so the bias from the data and algorithm, but the only problem with that is it's what is put into AI and how it's entered in is also how it's going to be read. So if you put bias into the AI is going to give you bias back. Error, so that's the second one too. So it can lead to inaccuracies and unethical conclusions. So not giving them the right diagnosis is not really ethical. Another thing too is that AI can be hacked. I mean, we all know AI can be hacked, and that's leaking patient data as well. So that can also be a drawback or challenge with putting everything in a computer.
Now, the training and education that is needed for AI in healthcare is first, it is gravitating towards a more technology-driven learning environment. Most requirements that people use nowadays in the healthcare industry can be overrun by AI, so most people need to learn AI and their skills as it's more required than what they used to learn. Second is being able to read and understand AI. This kind of ties with the first bullet point. Being able to use AI is very important as it is now exceeding the limits of how they used to run things. And the third bullet point is knowing when AI needs to be corrected and is inaccurate. AI can always be inaccurate. I mean, it's still proven to this day that they kind of just pull information from any source. But the AI in the healthcare definitely needs to be overlooked and fact-checked before it is used thoroughly.
So a couple of the policy considerations. Starting off, HIPAA is a big one. Everybody really knows what that is. So that just means more updated parts of the HIPAA policy, making sure that you're transparent with your patients that, hey, some of the ways that we organize your information may include AI, so always letting them know. Now that also goes hand in hand with informed consent, which is on the bottom of the slide here. So like I said, letting your patient know what type of software is going to be used, where your data goes. It's always kind of a afterthought of, hey, you know, they have all this information about me and my medical records, but where exactly is it and how is it used? So it's always very, very important between the practitioner and the patient to be very direct on how your information is used and where it's stored. So also nursing and practitioner codes of ethics. There's a couple different types of codes of ethics, but they all kind of come to the same general conclusion. Now why this is important is because when we do use generative AI or analytical AI in the workplace, we need to make sure that it's not presenting any biases. We need to fix the major flaws that are in there. And then also the GDPR and cybersecurity considerations, how he touched on before. Everything has an IP address. Everything can eventually be hacked into. Now that also, everything on here kind of ties together with just being transparent with your patients. Now also most hospitals, especially bigger ones, have IT teams that constantly work to prevent any cybersecurity emergencies from happening. So that's always super important. There are a lot of laws involved with that as well that are constantly evolving to keep up with the technology that is being produced.
So some of the long-term impacts became was enhancing care conditions, so giving better care and better diagnostics and not missing pictures. Empowering non-traditional providers, so giving people that you're not normal, like doctors, nurses, surgeons, people you see in a normal hospital, others outside of that, giving them more ability to help people. Precision with diagnostics, and then AI is more useful than harmful to the healthcare field, meaning that it can make everything more efficient and effective if used in the right way, and it doesn't always have to be used for patient care perhaps, but it can be used for the data that comes with patient care.
Now, recommendations for the use of AI in healthcare is first, learn how to read AI, especially for the databases and the information that's provided by patients. They have to make sure to read what AI provides, and so they can access it as good as possible. Second is using it to enhance your care and make you more efficient. This kind of ties with the rest of the information you need that I've spoken about, how you have to make sure that you can use it as efficient as possible to make sure that critical patients are prioritized first, as well as making sure what care needs and what is necessary. And third is having the ability to use AI to assist with many aspects of healthcare. AI can be used not only for diagnosing patients and triage, it can be used for pharmaceuticals, it can be used for information, it can be used for almost anything healthcare related, so it's very important for people to be able to access it in which way they need.
Now before we wrap up here, I also wanted to touch on what types of AI they're actually using in the healthcare field. I know in school and day-to-day life, all of us use a couple different types of AI like Copilot, ChatGPT. There's some other ones on the market as well that are readily available to us. But one of the more important ones that's used in healthcare is called Optum. That one is the one that we're referencing when we're talking about streamlining workflow. So using it for billing, patient appointments, everything that needs to be really structured and organized. Now that's not just strictly AI, it's a platform that's really similar to what they used to use, except now it's got AI integrated into it to just help out a little bit more. The second one is Athena Health. That one is more so used when doctors are reading scans, making diagnoses, anything that has to do with direct practitioner to patient conversation. And everything that has to do with the outcome of the patient's appointment or hospital visit. That is also really similar to Optum. So it's the same platform that was used before, except also, again, AI is integrated into it just to help out a little bit more. And that is it.